It is time for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach. You can talk to me if you don't call 1-800-252-1025. Although we will take your emails at lifecoach@KZOK.com. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE. Let us jump right to the phones and talk to Bill. Good morning, Bill.
Yeah.
Bill?
Hello.
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 Hello, Bill.
Hello.
Bill, you're on with Danny. Do you have a question?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, morning, Sunshine.
Morning, Sunshine. What do you got?
I've got an ex-wife as of 9 years, and when we first separated, she opened like 4 checking accounts in her name, and somehow they attached those checking accounts to me, and they're stopping financing I'm trying to get right now.
Okay,
And
they
I'm not
did
sure.
that in her maiden name?
No, well, she kept my name.
All right, so she opened accounts, legally or not, just to get straight. She has opened, because it sounds like it was perfectly legal using your name and her legal name now, that she opened up checking accounts before the divorce was final?
Yes, when we were in the portion where we were separated, and in the papers, it shows that as of our separation date, I'm not responsible for her finances at all.
All right, now say that part again. That'll catch me up. You've got a piece of paper that says what?
In our divorce papers, it says, as of the date we're separated, not responsible for any of our finances at all. So,
And you can prove easily enough that what date the court considers you two separated, right?
yes.
All right, so basically, your wife didn't do anything illegal or even immoral till she didn't pay her bills on time. Now, real quickly, why is anybody even coming to your attention about what your ex-wife did? Why is she on your radar about what checking account she opened up?
Because it was a while between when we separated and actually got the divorce. So, I mean, during the time, they thought we were still married. And, because she opened the checking accounts and then she canceled them and didn't pay any of the bills or anything.
Right. So who's knocking on your door right now about, somebody thinks you owe somebody money. Because, by the way, I don't. I don't think you owe anybody money. And I'm assuming you agree with me that you don't owe anybody any money, right?
Right.
All right. Who is it that thinks you owe them money?
I've got a couple of collection agencies that's after me. I've had, garnishments and everything else.
Okay, I'll tell you this right now, buddy. I'm glad you said that because I was going to go a different direction. Here's my guess on this, that the collection agencies have tried everything they could try. Now they're knocking on your door. They know that you're not responsible. That's what collection agencies do. They don't have to believe that you owe this money. They can just think that if we knock real loud and we make a lot of noise and we say we'll ruin your credit and we'll put you in jail, because believe me, those guys sometimes go to jail for how hard they push the people that they say owe them money. Oftentimes illegal and almost always immoral. So I'd dump the collection agencies right off your radar. I'd ask to talk to a manager one time, make a note of it that you spoke to somebody, that you gave him all the things, but I'd forget about the collections agencies. They're just trying to get to you. They don't have a legal foot to stand on. All right, who else thinks you owe them money?
Well, it's messing with the financing I'm trying to get right now. So, I've had a couple of them where I've showed them the divorce papers and they've just wrote it off.
That they believed you when you showed them the divorce papers.
Correct.
Okay, that's what I was going to recommend that you do, because I have done that. I had, actually, my wife did it for me, thank God. She thought that my credit report was way too low and that it should be better. And I got on the phone with a bunch of people and I said, no, I never met that guy. No, that's an old business partner of mine, opened up an American Express card. And I couldn't believe it. All I had to do, the simple thing was tell them the truth. And they took a lot of that stuff off my credit. So here's what we got so far. You should completely put a pencil right through all the collection agencies. They don't mean anything to you. They're coming after whoever they can get. They've probably called her mother already, and if she has any other ex-husbands, they're calling them. They're just playing hard and fast with what's right. So knock collection agencies, we don't care about them anymore. Now, go around whoever else thinks you owe them money and show them your divorce decree, and that should do that. From companies that are playing on the up and up, that should do that with them. And you should, what are you trying to buy?
I'm working on buying a house.
All right, cool. Good for you, man. Yeah, I think anybody that is a legal loaner on a purchase that big will look at your legal documents and take them off. And you've already done that, and you've seen that's exactly what they do. They take it off that you owe money because you don't owe money, right?
Right. I've paid everything off.
All right, if you paid everything off and you're willing to take my advice about going to these people and showing them your divorce decree, you are going to be absolutely fine. The only other thing you got to remember, because they won't care, is the collection agency. They're just going to see if they can scare you. Don't let them scare you. Tell them I talked to Danny Bonaduce, life coach, you bitch, and I know that I don't have to pay you anything. And I'm taking the problem very seriously, but it seems you're doing all the right stuff, Bill. So hang in there, and it all will be right on this one, I guarantee you.
This is Danny Bonaduce, life coach, 800-252-1025. If you've got a question or a problem, now is the time to call. Remember, you can change your name if you need to. You can also email lifecoach@KZOK.com. We have an email from Julie in Seattle.
Yeah.
She writes, I have spent thousands of dollars getting ready for my upcoming wedding this June. The problem is, I'm not sure if I can go through with it. I met my current fiance after ending a long-term relationship with the man I was hoping to spend my life with. He ended up leaving me for another woman, and it crushed me. When I met my now fiance, he was just what I needed. He was so kind and sweet and so in love with me. And now my wedding is right around the corner, and I'm having second thoughts. How can I tell if I'm just settling with a rebound? And if I can't go through with it, how can I live with the guilt of hurting everyone?
Boy, that's a great question. But here, if this will help you at all, and I hope it does, everybody gets jitters before the marriage. If you're wondering, is this the guy for me and the wedding's right around the corner and you're feeling very nervous, hey, this is a terrible time to think this. This is the exact right time to think that everybody thinks this when they're right around the corner from their wedding, that am I doing the right thing? So don't panic on this. That you're having second thoughts is completely normal. Now, what I don't love is that you kind of took me down a path. I was with the guy I was going to be with forever, and then I met this guy, but the birds didn't chirp and the wind didn't sing with this guy, but he's just what I needed. Oftentimes, to be honest with you, that's the right guy for you. Now, I do a lot of Danny Bonaduce Life Coach. I tell you guys, I've been through it all. Call me up because I've been through your problem. So here's the thing. I met my wife, Amy, who I love and adore, before my divorce from the last wife was even full. By the way, I hassle that girl a lot because it's fun and she gets a lot of money and I don't like that. But in real life, she's fine. I don't care. But the fact is, if you look at it technically, my wife, Amy, is the rebound marriage. But if you look at things, how they've turned out, she's the best call I ever made. This guy might be the exact best call for you. He was there when you needed him. He came through for you. You know, I don't mean the word suicidal really, but you were just, oh my God, you were a train wreck. And this guy came along and now things are okay. And now you thought you'd marry him enough to even set up a marriage date. I'm not going to say to cast aside all fear. Fear is a good indicator of what's going to happen. But don't think automatically, because you're having second thoughts, that this is not the right guy. There's a very good chance that this is the absolute right person for you. I say again, I call Danny Bonaduce because I've done it. She's the exact right girl. I'm so lucky to have gone, okay, this girl's going to stop the bleeding. You should let this guy stop the bleeding and have a great marriage. Good luck to you. I appreciate the email.
800-252-1025. Call that number now with any kind of problem you have, because Danny has literally been through it all and he can help you figure out what's going on with you. 800-252-1025 or email lifecoach@KZOK.com.
Any kind of problem. Like you wake up in the morning, you've grown gills. I will talk to you about that. 1-800-252-1025.
You dated that girl with gills.
See,
yeah.
Oh, my God, I did. I have been. I was just kidding. I was just being bizarre.
Was it under her armpit?
No, where the hell were her gills? Yeah, it was in her armpit.
Or behind her ear? I don't remember.
I dated a girl with gills. Man, of course I'm life coach. 1-800-252-1025.
We got an email from Joey in Seattle. My husband and I have been married for 8 months and have been together for almost 5 years. We're rarely intimate anymore. I'm lucky if we make love once a month. I've confronted my husband to find out why he doesn't feel like being in the mood more often.
Yeah.
And he tells me he just doesn't feel like it, or I'm not a sexual person. A few months back, I decided to go through his phone and find out if he was seeing someone. I found out he watches porn whenever I'm not home.
Wow, because I was going to say, thank God. I was going to go, because I like to think that I'm always correct. And I was going to say, I'll bet money this guy's not seeing anybody else. But I don't like this a whole lot better.
Well, I found out he watches porn whenever I'm not home. How do I approach him and find out why he prefers porn over me? We've got a great relationship. We talk, we laugh, we respect one another. I just feel betrayed by porn.
Yeah, well, you know what? What is this young lady's name?
Joey.
Joey. Because you're right. You are betrayed by porn. I know it doesn't seem fair, and it's odd that you could be, because technically he's not cheating on you, but he's also not serving his needs as a husband. You're crying out for this stuff, and we all know what he's doing when he's watching porn, right? I mean, everybody knows it's an interactive thing, and he can't make himself available for you. So here's what I would do. Because you don't want to go, I knew you were doing something silly when you weren't with me because you don't want to be intimate. And nobody wants that conversation. Nobody wants to look at their wife and say, I'm just not a sexual person. It's embarrassing, it's bizarre, and it's masking something else every single time. So here's what I would do on this one. I would find and I wouldn't go online for this because you probably don't know how to surf the line for porn. I would go, they still have those shops, right, where you can buy adult DVDs and stuff. I would go in one of those, and I would look all around. I'd get help from the guy or the girl behind the counter. It's not that bizarre. It's not that embarrassing. That's what they're there for. They've done it a million times. Find one that kind of appeals to you. And go home to your husband. And you know what? Now, you're in a marriage that I'm not in that. And so you can address this any way you want. You know, you're not going to say, I was just going around the internet and somebody suggested this. I have a friend who suggested that's up to you. But you just want to have a reason to walk in the house with porn and say, honey, this is a really neat porn in my possession. You want to watch this with me? And I'm telling you, nothing cooler in the world to when you first jump that rope of watching porn to watching porn with an adult woman. He's going to be really, really happy about this. And all you got to do is be prepared for it. That's why I say look around first, because a lot of porns are really, really gross. And I don't see how anybody gets excited watching that. It's like, how do you get in the mood watching that kind of stuff? It's violent and it's weird and it's creepy.
There's that store right across from Pike Place Market.
There's a right across the face from Pike Place. There's a porn store. That place that looks like you could bring the kids. Everything's all pink and nice.
Don't do that.
Don't do that, but it looks really family friendly for porn. Yeah, so go and buy something that is interest to you and show them that. And believe me, everything's going to take care of itself from then on.
All right, it's Kim in Issaquah. You are up next on Danny Bonaduce Life Coach.
Hi, Kim.
Hi, this is not a real life-shattering question or anything, but...
I'll see about that. Maybe I could shatter your life. You don't know.
Okay, I have two sons. They're 20 and 21, and they're coming home. They're going to be home for the Easter weekend, and I want us all to go to church because I go to church. I go to Mass on Sunday.
Right. Now, do you mind if I ask you a question? How long have you been out here from the East Coast?
3 years.
Oh, Bonaduce does it again. That was such a Gibbons accent if I ever heard one. Okay, that doesn't matter to anything. I just wanted to show everybody I could recognize your accent. Okay, back to you at church.
It's a Georgia accent.
Oh, is it really? It's cute.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I want them to go to church, and my husband says I am pushing religion on them. I'm going to drive them away. Well, they already don't go. So what is the big deal if I make them go on Easter? I think it's just a nice family thing to do.
Well, push it like that. Push it like that. Say, I hope you get something. Nah, I wouldn't even say that. Say, I'd love to start the tradition that we go. All my life, I went to midnight mass. I didn't have any religion going on me. I went because my dad went. It's the only time I talked to that guy. It's a nice thing to do with your mom. It's a lovely thing, and that's how you should push it. I'm not trying to get you entrapped in anything. I'm not trying to get you a message. I want you to do a nice thing with your mother, and your mother wants to do a nice thing with you. And if your kids are nice, and I'm guessing that they are, they go, okay, it's only an hour out of my day. I will go to church with my mother around Easter. So that's the way I would do with it. Let me ask you right now, do you think you can sell them on that?
I think so. I think, maybe I have to cry a little bit.
Yeah, throw in a couple of tears. What does that hurt? You know what? That's really cool because Danny Bonaduce Life Coach is so awesome, so often mayhem. This is a lovely young lady named Kim with kids who are away in college, not doing anything wrong, who she wants to go to church on Sundays. That's a nice and refreshing call to get. Hey, good luck there, Kim. I appreciate it. That's all the time we have for Danny Bonaduce Life Coach, by the way. Danny Bonaduce brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE.